Welcome to Oddball. I'm Charlotte Wilder. That's Amin Elhassan. And this is our pal Tony. Tony, thank you so much for joining us for Trivia Tuesday. This is the best part of the week. Before we get going, is there anything you would like everybody watching to take a gander at when they finish watching this amazing show?
Absolutely. MMA Hangout, even though we're done for the year, MMA Hangout's going to be returning. It's our live watch party show. We take it live around Miami and do a bunch of cool stuff presented by Cuervo. That'll be returning January 18th, and also Sunday Night Live brought to you by Smirnoff. That is every Sunday night. Post NFL games, we do a wrap-up style show, which is awesome. So check those out.
Rock on. We love it. Thank you for joining us. Trivia Tuesday is very simple. There are up to six questions that we go through. Whoever gets the most questions correct is the winner, as trivia usually goes. And in the event of a tie, I will come up with a subjective question to break said tie. All right. Are we clear on the rules? Amin, Tony?
Yeah, and we're encouraged to think out loud, right?
That's right.
Okay.
I did forget to say that. You're encouraged to think out loud, Tony. You only get one final answer, but we want to hear your thought process. Tony, first question is for you. Nikola Jokic had a career-high 56 points on Saturday night against the Wizards. Did the Nuggets win or lose that game? Think out loud. Again, walk us through this.
Yeah, no, for sure. Funny enough, I've had a very long weekend, right? Amin was with us over at Sunday. We had a Sunday service. We were doing a whole bunch of stuff. I had MMA the prior night. So I saw that he had 56. I saw that he scored 104 points over the last 2 games. He's got like 60-something, like 50-something rebounds, 16 assists, 104 points. I think they won the game against the Wizards. Yeah?
Oh, Tony. I'm so sorry. So sorry, dude. They lost 122 to 113. And after the game, Jokic said, in my country where I'm coming from after this kind of stretch, you're going to get a paycheck that is a little bit less than you would hope. Maybe that's what we need to do. Tony, you cover a sport where pay is tied to performance. Do you think the NBA should consider trying that, at least with the Nuggets?
It's that nobody else is there, right? It just feels like an empty room. You walk in, it's just Jokic, and it's like, I'm going to do everything. It's like, oh, wow, okay. Where's everybody else? He's like, nah, just me. So yeah. At some point, they have to start playing better. Maybe you dock them a little bit. I don't feel like the NBA PA would be on board with that, but maybe we can move into some sort of uncharted waters.
Tony, not only should they have their pay dock, they should pay the league. Wow. They should like for everybody. They should pay everybody's salary for a day all across the league. You lost to the Wizards. You lost to the Washington Wizards. Automatically, you are a garbage team, the worst team in the league. If you lose to the Wizards, that's it. That's the rule.
Them's the breaks.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move on to Amin's first question. Mm-hmm. Doc Rivers has coached 58 games as the head coach of the Bucks. How many times has he had Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Damian Lillard all active in the same game? And I have a hint if you need one.
Give me the hint.
It will over or under 15 and a half.
Under. Bang that under hard.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. What is your guess at how many? Now that you know it's under.
I'm going to say 7.
Actually 10. But emotionally 7. So you can keep that score. Chris made his comeback from offseason double ankle surgery on Friday against the Celtics. I don't think we talk enough about that. Horrific. That is so awful. He had both of his ankles operated on. How much does Middleton raise the Bucks ceiling this season?
I mean, he does. By a lot, I don't think so. I think, again, someone who's coming off a double ankle surgery should tell you this is not exactly a spring chicken. And, but he does give them shooting. He does give them a little bit of playmaking. He's a vet out there, so he's smart enough to be in the right place at the right time. But I think, ultimately this Bucks team is awful defensively, and Chris Middleton at this stage of his career doesn't help that. So he raises the ceiling some by being another smart, good offensive player, but not that much.
Yeah. All right, Tony, question 2. 13 years ago this Sunday, this is a fun anniversary to celebrate, you guys. Chris Paul was very briefly a member of the Lakers. How many times has Chris Paul been traded since David Stern shut down his move to LA?
Ooh, wow, that's a good question. Okay, so since the shutdown to LA, now this is going to be tough too, because not every team he's played for has been via a trade, right? There's been signings kind of dispersed between the different teams. So the Clippers, he's played for OKC. He's played for the Warriors. He's played for the Spurs. He's played for the Rockets.
Yeah. You just need one more.
Clippers, Spurs, Rockets, Warriors, Thunder. Washington. He was a Wizard for a little bit, right?
He was a Wizard. You get all that was an incredible job,
Let's
Tony.
go!
It was also the Suns. Back when the Suns had a point guard. That was exciting. What I mean?
Technically, he didn't get traded to the Spurs, right? Because he signed as a free agent.
Yeah, he is not on this list, but I was going to let Tony rock with whatever team he'd been on.
I got the Wizards. I mean, come on, what do you want me to do?
No, you named every team he played for. The question was how many times he was traded.
Yeah, he got the number of teams correct. Sorry, the question was stupid, and that's on me. So let's imagine Chris Paul is still in his prime. Which duo would be more fun to watch? Chris Paul and Kobe, or Chris Paul and Wemby? That's not a trivia question. That's just to get you guys talking. You can talk about whatever you want to say about Chris Paul.
Let me go real quick here. I'll say this. Everyone's like, oh, if he had played with Kobe, I think they would have hated each other.
Yes.
They're both control freaks. Like Wembenyama, that's a more natural, like Chris Paul always plays great with bigs. He always makes bigs better. But like someone who needs the ball in his hands, like was Chris Paul and James Harden a great match made in heaven? Like it was all right. When they were a good team, they were a good duo, but it's hardly what we would imagine out of two Hall of Fame players. So I don't think he would have liked playing with Kobe at all.
And the other thing too is like Chris Paul's great in the pick and roll, and what Kobe's going to go set a screen for Chris Paul, like that was never going to work.
Yeah,
that's a great point. No,
he would
absolutely
just pop
not.
every time and just clap for the ball every single time. Yeah.
All right. I mean, your second question. As of today, who has more career blocks in the regular season? Victor Wembanyama or Manu Ginobili? Think out loud. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking, look, Manu was a great defensive player in his day, and he played a lot of years. But I don't know how many blocks he had per se, even through a lot of those years. Meanwhile, Victor Wembanyama, who I don't believe has played 82 total career games yet, but if he has, he blocks something like 3 or 4 shots a game. So I'm going to go with Wembanyama. I think he's got more.
No. They're close. Wemby has 315. Manu has 319. But that's insane that Wemby is in his second season. And that was even like, a difference of 4. What do you see Wemby's? Do you think he's going to be the kind of guy where it's just like Spurs forever? Or is that impossible to say anymore?
Like he's going to like play for the Spurs forever? Yeah. I think that's impossible to say. I think what we've seen now in this league, number one, the rules make it hard to keep good teams together, right? People want to get compensated in teams. Like we saw this with Minnesota. We saw this with Denver. They make financial decisions. And so within that, you've got stars who are like, well, we got a good team and now you guys let everybody go. What are we doing here? So I think stars are always going to be on the move to the place that they feel like gives them the best opportunity to build their legacy. Yeah. I think he'll play for the Spurs for a long time, but to say he'll play forever, I don't think you can say that about any player in the modern NBA.
Yeah, totally. All right, Tony, your third question. Trae Young had 31 points and 20 assists in overtime against the Lakers on Friday. 30-plus points and 20-plus assists has only happened 3 times this century. Who was the last player to pull it off? And I have a hint for you if you would like one.
Yes, I'd like one.
He played in last year's finals.
Oh, that's not a hint. You just exposed it all.
No, I didn't. It was a hint. I didn't say a name.
It's happened 3 times this century. One of them played in the finals. I feel like I've got the answer. I'm trying to think of who else would it be.
Just go with your gut.
I'm gonna go with Luka right off the top.
Yes.
Right, as the first one that was in the finals. But I'm trying to think of this century. Who else has done 31-20?
You know what's funny while you think about that, Tony? I was waiting for a hint to go something like, here's a hint. He was traded for Trae Young. Like,
ooh,
people forget. I forgot until you just said that.
No,
do you want the answer to who the other one was, or do you want to?
He said Jokic. He said Jokic. I'm throwing out James Harden.
It's not Jokic.
Harden.
It's not James Harden.
Westbrook.
Yes.
Ooh.
On that revenge tour year. No, it wasn't actually. It was 2021, which is crazy. It's so funny, the trade between Trae. What would it have looked like if they hadn't have made that trade?
Well, I don't think. Houston, Atlanta. Excuse me. Wow, I got too many cities on the mind. Atlanta would have been a lot better of a team. I don't think Dallas would have taken Trae Young. I don't know if he would have fallen to them, but I don't think they would have taken him. I think they would have taken someone else.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Luka in Atlanta, though?
Oh, my God.
No.
That would be amazing. Just from a cultural perspective, the city of Atlanta claiming Luka would be amazing.
Oh, my God.
Last call is later in Atlanta than it is in Dallas. So.
All right. When we come back, everybody, we have our contractually obligated Bronny question coming up. Stick around. I love this music. I'm going to hear it in my nightmares. Okay, welcome back. We are about halfway through our game of trivia. Right now, the score is 2-1. Tony. So, Amin, it's time for your third question. The Magic beat the Suns 115-110 in their first game following Franz Wagner's torn oblique. What year did the Magic last win a game without Franz or Paolo in the lineup?
The year before Paolo got drafted.
What do we think, producers?
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Paolo was drafted in 2022.
Yeah,
so it was 2022.
22, yep.
Paolo and Franz have the same injury. Have you guys ever can you remember a time where this has happened before?
Like, oblique injuries are rare as it is in the NBA. For there to be two on the same team at the same time, in essence, like where they're both out with this. It's not like this happened later in the season. It happened while Paolo is still recovering. I've never seen that before. Not with a rare.
It's common
injury.
in baseball players, I feel like, the torn oblique.
A lot of
because of the torque from the bat.
Yeah.
But I can't remember hearing about it in the NBA until anyway, it's crazy. Tony, your fourth question. Are you ready?
Yes.
This is our contractually obligated LeBron and Bronny question. And not to brag, but I did personally make this one for you. So,
wow.
The jerseys that LeBron and Bronny wore for their debut on the same court were auctioned off at Sotheby's over the weekend. What costs more, LeBron and Bronny's jerseys or an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak in gold from 2023? And I have a hint. I can tell you how much the jerseys went for if you would like to know.
I'd like the hint.
The jerseys went for $102,000.
Okay, so
Tony's a watch guy, everybody.
Are we talking about a chronograph? Are we talking about an offshore? Are we talking about
Jesus.
This is why
I would say the AP is going to be more. Just based off that.
Just go with that. Just go with that.
Yeah,
just go with that.
The AP's
Make my question look good.
Just
the AP would be the watch is like $130,000 to $140,000, which is so much money for a watch, and they are beautiful. I assume you would rather have the watch than the game worn jerseys.
Oh, please! Like with that, like I wouldn't even think of it. Like I would not even think of it. What am I going to hang a Bronny jersey in my house? Like what? It's not my kid.
When you say it like that, that's actually so funny. Somebody bought Bronny's jersey to hang in their home.
But put it right back here.
50. Seriously. Oh my God. All right. I mean, your fourth question. Per Shams Charania, the NBA is likely to bring back the Steph Curry versus Sabrina Ionescu 3-point shooting contest at All-Star Weekend with a potential undercard matchup featuring which WNBA player and which NBA player?
I know the WNBA player.
Okay.
It's Caitlin Clark.
Okay, who is the NBA star?
I'm going to guess it's going to be someone younger, right? Because Sabrina and Steph are like the vets. So they're going to want someone younger. And so now, is it a young, dynamic shooting person? Is it Trae Young? Or is it Anthony Edwards, everyone's favorite lovable guy? I'm going to go with Anthony Edwards.
It is not a young player. The NBA is playing the hits
Klay
here
Thompson.
and bringing the
Klay Thompson.
Yes.
I knew that because it's in San Francisco. I forgot it's Klay Thompson. I knew that.
Bringing back the Splash Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Who would you rather see? I mean, who would be more fun?
If it were any other city,
yeah,
probably Anthony Edwards. But it's because it's San Francisco where the All-Star game is going to be. I had to be Klay. Like it couldn't be anyone else.
You agree, Tony?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when Klay came back for the first time and everybody was wearing the Captain Klay hats, like it was such a cool moment where it was like, oh, wait a second, we can still be nice. Like fans can still be nice. Players can still be good. Like everything is still okay.
That was crazy to me. It wasn't crazy. It made sense. But I think in today's world, to see fans be that nice, and I feel like they still feel like Klay is theirs, which is partly why he would be brought back for something like this. How would you feel if you were Klay being brought back for this while you're on the Mavs trying to do something, but you have to?
He'd be honored. He's got to be honored. Look, this is a guy that was like legitimately upset, not like, oh shucks, but like legitimately upset for not being on the NBA's top 75 list. Like right. he was like, he really felt like he had a strong argument. I think he did too. So it's it kind of stinks that he wasn't on that. So I think any one of these moments to kind of be cherished and remembered positively. And again, like Tony said, like just an all-around positive moment. It's what it represents more than anything. It's this thing that like, look, whatever happens from here, whether we win a championship in Dallas or whatever, I'm always going to be connected to this place and I'm always going to have love for this place. And this place is always going to have love for me.
Yeah. I can't wait. That's going to be fun. All right, Tony, your fifth question.
Here we go.
There are 6 active NBA players who have over 24,000 career points, including one who hit the milestone over the weekend. Can you name 3 of the 6 who are currently playing? Yeah,
LeBron. That are currently playing. Wow, okay. LeBron, Steph. KD.
Yes. All right. You want to keep going, though, for an extra point?
6 of them are still active, you said, right?
Yeah, so you have LeBron, Steph, KD.
LeBron, Steph, KD. Damn. I want to say Jimmy, but I don't think that's right. Yeah.
Don't dock a point, though. Amin, do you want to try to get the other 3?
Harden.
Oh.
24,000 points. Westbrook.
Yes.
And
there's one more who hit 24,000 on Friday night.
Oh, crap. Who hit it on Friday night?
I can tell you who they played against.
Who did they play against?
The Pacers.
Who played the Pacers? Wait, I know this.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking about who played the Pacers on Friday night. No, because we recapped it. I did radio on Saturday morning with Zach Harper on NBA radio. And we recapped that game and we're talking about what's wrong with the Pacers. And we figured out that they played against Milwaukee?
5.
Is it
4.
Giannis?
No, it is DeMar DeRozan.
Oh.
DeRozan.
Yeah, I know. I would not have gotten that. Is
2009
he a Hall of Famer?
draft class.
What do you think? I mean, is DeMar a Hall of Famer?
I think he's going to end up in the Hall of Fame. Maybe not on his first ballot, but he's got the points, obviously. He's got the all-star appearances. I think he's going to probably end up there maybe on the second or third ballot.
King of the
You
Midi.
think so, Tony?
King of the Midi. Yeah, you got to put him in just for the title. King of the Midi.
There you go. All right, on to Amin's 5th question. Every player in the top 15 of the NBA's points per game leaderboard this year has already been an all-star except for one. Can you name that player?
Every player in the top 15 in scoring has been an all-star except for one who has not. Who has been scoring great and not
I have a hint for you if you want it.
Give me the hint.
He went to LSU.
He went to LSU. The problem is, the only person I'm thinking about in LSU is Ben Simmons. And it can't be him because he's been an all-star. No. It can't be him because he doesn't score. Who went to LSU who's been scoring like crazy?
I would not have gotten this.
Now, here's a bigger problem. All the other LSU names I'm thinking of are people who aren't in the NBA anymore. I'm like, Brandon Bass? Anthony Randolph? Garrett Temple?
It is, okay, here's another hint. It is a team we don't really talk about that often.
It's got to be the Wizards.
No, we talk about the Wizards all the time. It's a team we don't talk about.
A team that we don't talk about with a player from LSU who's been scoring like crazy this year, apparently. Yes. From LSU? Who went to LSU? Shaq? Stanley Roberts? Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Julian Wright.
Cam Thomas.
He went to Kansas. Cam Thomas. I wouldn't have got that one. I didn't know he went to LSU. I know someone's going to be like, oh, you can't believe. Look, I'm sorry. The part of my brain that used to memorize where everybody went to school, that shut down years ago, man.
Yeah.
That area is not like that, and what number everybody wears. It's funny. I can't remember what anybody wears unless you're like Luka wearing 77 or you're something like Steph Curry wearing 30. I still don't know whether LeBron wears 23 or 6. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no clue.
I think it's 23 because he said Bronny could call him 2-3.
Oh, that's right. There you go. Okay.
Instead of dad.
But like, I would need little reminders like that. Like, well, he said he could call him. Blah, blah, blah. But then I'd be like, well, 2 times 3 equals 6. So maybe he's also doing some real numerology. It's hard, man. It's hard to get older.
It sure is. It sure is. All right, Tony, it's time for your final question. The Knicks are 4th in the East. Who leads them in scoring?
Oh, come on.
No. Try again.
Jalen Brunson.
There you go. Give Tony a point. I'm feeling generous.
I mean, to be honest, to be fair, Cat's playing at an unbelievable level right now. Like, his offensive game is great.
Yes, the reason we're giving you that is because Jalen Brunson, as of Monday morning, is averaging 25.4 points, and Cat is averaging 25.2 points. And they are both, that's below 5, so they're both averaging 25 points if you round down.
I don't remember any of these leeways happening for my incorrect answers.
Well, Tony's a guest.
Go again. She literally said, go again.
I did. I literally did say, all right, Amin, go again. Your 6th question. Jokic leads the NBA in triple doubles this season. LeBron is 2nd. Who is 3rd? And I have a hint for you.
Give me the hint.
You like this player, and he has never played in a playoff game, and he plays for a bad team.
He plays for a bad team. He's never played in the playoffs, and he plays for a bad team. And I like this guy.
I think so. Or you did last season.
I like this guy. Oh, Cade Cunningham?
Yeah. There you go. He became the first Pistons player to have a triple-double in the current iteration of MSG in the Pistons win over the Knicks on Saturday.
First
Tony,
ever?
Yeah.
Wow, Grant Hill.
In the current iteration of MSG.
Never told Grant Hill.
So I don't know what year that was, but it's been a while. Tony, thank you so much for joining us on Trivia Tuesday. Check out all of Tony's stuff. We love you. We will see everybody tomorrow.
Michael Jordan's the GOAT.